Didn't you like post up on the Patriot property and take some deers down or something? Or was it a turkey?
I pulled up and I hunted that property forever because Mr. Kraft was like, I mean, look, he's like, I don't know anything about what you're doing. I'm like, all right, cool. It was like the green light, right? So I would hunt right behind the stadium where that Lawton's farm, close to that, right?
Yeah.
And they're great people. I went in one morning, and this is awesome. This goes
before
right back
practice.
to Bill. This is before, yeah, and this is in the off season. And I go to set up, and one of the security guys comes over. You know, like the guy with like the weird lazy eye.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey man, you can't be here. And I'm like, huh? I'm like, no, I'm gonna park right over here. I'm gonna go in here and kill this bird. I roosted him last night. Like, I know where he's at. And by the way, it's 3 a.m. It's dark. You know what I mean? So, and I got my backpack, I got my bow and everything ready to rock. And he's like, no, Briggs said you can't be here. Now this is like, and this is the off season right after that little kerfuffle. So I'm like, hey, listen, because you know Briggs lives like right around the corner.
He lived right on the property.
Yes. I said, if Briggs doesn't want me here, go wake his ass up and tell him to come out here because you're not stopping me, and I'm walking right there. So I get my stuff, and he's like kind of mumbling, and I walk right in. I set my tent up. I wait for it to get light. Bird gobbles, flies down, sits right next to my decoy. I shoot him. I breast him out. I take him in. I always put him in the fridge there in the meal room. And actually, sometimes the chefs there would cook up some stuff for me. It was awesome. But anyway, as I'm eating breakfast, Bill walks in, and he's like, I mean, look, what are we doing? You can't have a fucking weapon on stadium property. And I go, what? I go, hey, Bill, the reason you're hearing about this is because, you know, Briggs is a dickhead. I'm like, I've hunted this thing forever. He's like, I don't give a damn what you've done. You can't have a weapon on stadium property. I go, Bill, it says you can't have a handgun. You can't have a gun on. I go, I didn't shoot a gun. I had a bow and arrow. He goes, this is awesome. He goes, you want to argue with me about what the rules say? I mean, the guy's pretty good at knowing what the rules are. I'm not going to lie to you. And when he said that, I started second guessing myself. I'm like, oh, damn, maybe it did say weapon. And so now the only thing I can pivot to, I'm like, I go, okay, Bill. So I check Jack Johnson and Tom O'Leary at the door too. I go, these are deadly. That's my only thing I had, right? And I remember the other guys that were in the meal room, like the younger guys, they're looking at me like, damn, dude, like, that's your head coach. You probably shouldn't be saying that. And Bill's like, hey, look, I don't want to hear about it. Don't bring anything on here ever again. And he walked away. And I'm like, oh man, that may not have been a great idea, but yeah, I did. I had a little hunt that morning, and that may have been the last time I did that.
How did you stay on the Pats for 11 years?
I don't know.
We're in tune to knowing that anytime we posted anything on the internet, that we could be getting a call or a knock or a, hey, coach wants to see you, or hey, why don't you come over here?
Okay, that's true.
Now, can you take
That's
us,
true.
Can you take us through the social media scanning process that we had in the
Well,
new-
I didn't get onto social media until like recently. Last couple of years, I started Instagram. So I wasn't like I'm not out there like scanning. Now, internet, yeah, I can do that, but I'm not scanning Twitter. Other people are well versed in that, so it comes to us.
in.
Bill is famous for saying I could just be sitting at my office, minding my own business, and stuff comes to me. That happened a lot of times with social media stuff too, where it would just come to me because everyone knows we want to know. So if they see it, it comes. Let me ask you this though: like, how many times did you not post something that you wanted to post?
Why don't you ask these guys?
Constantly.
Okay,
This is my team.
Yeah.
Okay.
We lived in
And-
fear for 10 years about,
Okay.
can we do this? Let's word this way. Let's do this. You never want to get Jules to get the knock, because if he got the knock, we got the knock.
okay. And so how did it all turn out? We did okay.
Could have been better.
Could it? We're always chasing, man. So that's what the next chapter is for.
I also, in talking about this, like scanning for social media and what players can and can't do, was there a level of like earning it too? Because we noticed as Jules kind of got along, the leash got a little bit longer.
For Jules, for Devin, for
Rob.
Did Rob post a lot? Yeah, he did post a lot. Maybe his last year or so.
He was posted about a lot.
Right. That's different, man.
That's how you know you're doing it right.
Control what you can control. Yeah, some guys did get more leash, but most no.
You remember the post that because guys were talking about it when I told the story about Bill being in the hot tub.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Did he ever come up to you? Did he hear this story ever? Has Bill heard of any of our stories?
I mean, I honestly can't remember that exact reaction. I'm sure it went something like, "What the fuck?" Yes, there's no way. He absolutely knows that story. Right? No question. That one didn't slip through. Come on. What are we doing?
What are we doing? There's a fucking rule. No, we can't go bare knuckle Barry in the goddamn hot tub. I don't care if no one's in there.
Yeah, well, I don't disagree.
How has that changed over time, though? Like, he's clearly gotten a little looser
Right.
with the whole
Maybe shouldn't have.
snap face.
You know, Bill's, I bet you never thought you'd see Bill in the media, right?
No, he definitely knew it.
Wouldn't it be great if he got on social media at some point? Wouldn't that be great?
Is that a tease? Do you know something?
Snap face?
I'm just asking.
Eyeball emoji?
Is he signing a deal with Snapchat?
I don't know.
Or is
Snap
he,
face.
Stay tuned.
Snap face?
He's launching Snap Face.
or
Yeah,
is he-
right. No, he's gonna.
This
gonna
right
own
here,
it.
guys.
He's gonna
Bill
own it.
Belichick from Berj is joining OnlyFans for exclusive content, exclusive coaching technique content with his toes dangling out.
Stop it. Cut that out.
Serious note, by the way, like OnlyFans, it has one part of it, but also has other stuff. If Bill went on OnlyFans, just posted old game plans of old games, it would blow up everything. It'd be incredible, just purely for the football junkies.
I'm just asking a question.
Got to show a little
But
skin, though.
anyway,
Gotta show a little something.
A little skin, a little bit.
where were we?
The threshold of showing
yeah.
Bill stuff.
No. It was the threshold of him loosening up, which I think he did. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't have.
Was there one specific time anyone did something super crazy on social that you could specifically remember in Bill? Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Bears, can you go get him?
Remember? I don't even remember him. Remember this?
Oh, do I remember Steve? Yeah, I know.
Good, great guy, fun guy. Good player. Well, it was off season, of course, because most things happen in the off season. He posted him shooting guns in the backyard, like the backyard, not a range or like the backyard. Just there's a target there, and that's not what we're looking for, buddy.
About Matt Light.
To coin a phrase, like it's not what we're looking for. But he didn't. Only Matt posted that.
No.
This is like you said. This is a good idea to go post.
Come on,
That one
babe.
didn't go well. That was a letter and a conduct detrimental.
Conduct detrimental. You know what conduct detrimental is? That's what 35.
That's the
fine,
more
right?
serious offense.
That's
than-
a serious offense.
You
than-
define
than
that.
more-
to the-
so there are different types of categories of discipline. There's being late to a meeting, missing a meeting, losing a playbook, being overweight, and things like that. That's one category. And those have specific fines associated with them that are collectively bargained, and they go up year by year. Then there's another category called conduct detrimental, which there's no set fine amount. It's up to 1 week's game check. And that could be things like disobeying coaches, being disruptive within the team, firing guns and posting, anything that casts the organization in a negative light, such as that. There's a long list. Speeding in the parking lot,
Speeding in a parking lot.
burning something in a hotel room,
I don't care.
not a
if it's
candle,
incense.
anything.
If it burns, leave it the fuck out.
And you're a noted candlesman. You love your candles.
Love a good candle.
Sorry, man. You have to do that somewhere else, not in your hotel room.
You can't do it in the hotel.
The conduct detrimental is more serious. That has to go to the NFL. That has to be that fine letter has to go to the NFL. Has to go to the Players Association. Sometimes.
And you guys determine the fine amount?
yeah,
Well, there's
Okay.
up to.
yeah.
Oh, up to.
Now,
So there,
now, how many times did you have to, like, talk Bill off the ledge of conduct detrimentally fining Matt Light?
Not that many. I don't think Matt. See, Matt's a smart dude. Matt knows how to take it to the edge, and it's hard to really go after him. I don't know that Matt ever got
Was
any of
Bill
those.
scared to go at Matt Light because of the pranks that Matt Light would do to him?
No, probably scared.
Did you hear the email exchange?
Oh, I heard. I heard. He still think Matt doesn't believe me, but I didn't have anything to do with that. I really didn't. I remember that. I remember the mouse. I mean, that's pretty good.
Not good.
Pretty good.
Not good,
We've got
man.
100 other ones in a locker room that I'm sure I don't know about.
Was there any of those on that episode, the Matt Light episode? Everyone, you guys got to listen to that. Or
Tremendous. I heard it.
was there
On my run.
any jokes or pranks that he left out that you remember?
Well, there's not with Matt. There is one. Drew was he was the godfather of it. I think that's probably where Matt got it from. Is Drew Bledsoe. Like, he was legendary for doing stuff.
Yeah.
Quarterbacks, and he's told us stories like filling Tom's car up with like the
peanuts, right?
Things. I'm not a big practical joke guy, man. I'm just there to work.
I'm with you.
He's just a Patriot. Bears is the Patriot way. He's just there
Proud of it, baby.
to work.
Who's the wildest person to hit you up since the retirement?
Oh man, well, there've been a lot, and I certainly appreciate hearing from all the guys that we play with. I think that's what means the most is hearing from the guys. Some of my dad's old teammates that saw me as a young pup and really kind of raised me with him in the game of football. And then obviously like talking to Coach and having dialogue with Coach about, the time that we spent together. Super thankful to have had the experience with him. It was a special time that we were a part of. So thankful for everybody that's reached out and shown support, and it makes you feel like you had somewhat of an impact on people's lives, not just football-wise. So.
Did you have that conversation with Bill before the season, or was he still around when he had? Did you have the conversation? Because I remember my conversation with Bill.
Bill's not the most sentimental guy, so I wasn't going to go try to, strum at the sentimental chords. But I did mention to him before our last game that, I thought this would be it. And, I just thanked him for everything. And I hope he knows how much I appreciate everything that he's done for me. And his focus was just on going out there and beating the Jets. So I didn't want to get too emotional or sentimental. But I appreciate Coach. Him and I had a great relationship, and I appreciate everything he's done for me.
Did you not instantly feel a switch flip when he knew that you were going to retire? He became kind of I remember when I told him that I was retiring, I was expecting this, that whole. It was more of, he was like nourishing with it,
Right. Absolutely.
which a lot of people wouldn't think
Yeah.
that. Especially with a group of guys that have been in the system for a while, you felt like he was going to do everything to help you for the process. That's what I helped with.
No,
I felt.
absolutely. And Coach, look, there's always a part of me that was a little bit intimidated, when it came to Coach, because he's such a strong figure, and he was so demanding as a coach. But there were moments that he would surprise me all the time with how supportive he was or thoughtful he was about different things. And I don't think that gets talked about enough. And certainly, I've seen both sides of it. But, he was very supportive of me this year. I think he knew without us talking about it beforehand that it was coming towards the end. We had some conversations about things moving forward in the future and what they'd look like without me there. And then certainly at the end there, he was very supportive, expressed his gratitude to myself. My dad, him and my dad were talking after the last game in the dining hall, and I was like, they're my two football icons right there.
Two football dads.
Yeah, essentially, my two football fathers. There was that shift that you're talking about, and I certainly appreciated being on the other side of that.
What do you think about all the narrative of how Bill is portrayed to players? Do you you're saying something completely opposite of basically what everything is coming out about? The TV shows, the this, the that. They're all saying this guy, you can't work for him. What was your experience being an out?
I just didn't like it there. That was the only thing I like overall.
Why?
I just felt like I didn't fit into the situation. I feel like I just was a completely different. It's like I just came from like a very free spirited place. like the small, like having to wear knee braces at practice. I'm like, I didn't ever do nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just stuff that like even like I like playing for Bill Belichick, like, you know, going to the meetings and doing everything. I didn't like my position coach because he didn't know nothing about defense. You know what I'm saying? Like defensive ends or nothing like that. You know, so, but overall, my experience with the Patriots was a good experience. Like I said, I just wasn't used to like living in the country and all that type of shit. Like, people don't know, man, like playing for New England, bro, like you like, few of y'all lived in Boston, but everything else around New England is like, oh my God, where am I? Like, ain't nowhere to eat. I'm just like,
Hey, there's Dunkin' Donuts.
I'm like, where am I? But I don't know. I feel like I was in Pleasantville or something, man. I was just like, bro.
What made Pete Carroll more free-spirited?
Well, Pete didn't really like bother us that much about certain things. You know what I'm saying? It was just like you do your job, come to work. It was more like team type thing. And then like, and every team I ever been on, the defensive line was the most, like one of the most important parts of the team.
100%. You guys were the best.
Yeah. So like whatever is like that, like in New England, I feel like it's more about the secondary and the linebackers. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're a linebacker, like you outside linebacker, you got more opportunities than a front defensive lineman, like a 3-4 defensive lineman.
Yeah.
But I do think if I'd have went to New England like starting off, then it would have been completely different. I think I would have like fit in way more because that would have been the system that I know.
Yeah.
And then I feel like with Bill Belichick and my skill set, I could have been really good in that system. But where I was at, like just coming from Philly, like it was more like line up wide and just
go.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was never nothing about the plays. I like the plays it was called. Like I just like it's like the teammates in New England were super great. You know, all the guys, it was super fun to hang out with. It was just always fun in the locker room. But I was just like the team was completely different. Yeah.
It's a different place to play.
It's completely different. It reminds me of like a college town kind of like we play at 1:00 and it's like very, you know, corn on the cob type shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what's going on? Like, yeah, corn on the cob.
Whole town shuts down.
Yeah, whole town shuts down. It's just like, but
Were the practices different? Because I felt like he practiced us hard.
he did practice us hard in a situation completely different because I also too didn't like I got hurt in New England like at the beginning of the training camp and like I broke my collarbone. So I basically was there. And that's probably was too why I was also just like, man, like they want me to play 3-4 and I can't even lift my fucking right arm. Like if it was my left arm, I'd be like, okay, you know what I'm saying? But not my right arm. Like it's the one that I actually need. The left one I could have did without, you know what I'm saying? I could have like made it work. But it was like the right one, like my collarbone still sticking out right there.
AC joint.
Yeah, it was just gone. You know, I couldn't lift my arm up the whole time I was there.
I dealt with those. Those are the worst.
Yeah, especially
your shoulders go. You can't grab. You can't catch.
Like, and trying to hold up another lineman at 3-4, like
at 320 pounds, and that guy's a force. Like the shoulder, I remember shoulders always go with the big boys because they're sitting in there locking in. And there's so much goddamn pressure in between both 300 and 300 pound or two, whatever.
Yeah.
Like if a guy loses his shoulder, linemen were done.
Yeah, and then I remember I didn't cuss the coach out, but I said something that it sounded like I was cursing him out, but I didn't curse him out.
Yeah. You're just loud.
I said a curse word, but the way I said it, he took it the wrong way. But I remember Bill calling me and was like, "Hey, Michael, can't have you doing that. Look, I want you to come in, but yeah, it's not. It's in if you look in the handbook, page 338.9. You can't do that." You know, I'm like, let me look at 38.9. Yeah, he says he can't do that, so I'm gonna have to fine you, and you're gonna have to stay home this week. See you on Monday. Get some rest and be ready to go when you come back. I'm like, damn, Bill.
You played for Parcells.
Mm-hmm.
You played with Carroll.
Mm-hmm.
You played with Belichick.
Mm-hmm.
How did that go?
Yeah, it's interesting.
What did that feel like?
It's interesting because like of those three, and like, you know, they're all going to be Hall of Fame coaches, right? Like, you know, so
it's crazy. They're all Hall of Fame coaches.
I mean, Pete's got to go in the Hall, doesn't he? I mean, at least, you know, because when you combine the pros and the college deal, you know,
he's had a lot of success for a long time.
He's had a lot of
Seattle.
success.
No,
but anyway, like but three, like, you know, historically great coaches. You know, whether Pete gets in or not, I hope he does. Pete's the one that I feel bad for in that equation.
Yeah,
because he's obviously a hell of a coach. he followed Parcells in Boston. Parcells just ran the media, dude. Like, he loved being in front of the camera and loved berating these guys. And then Pete comes in, and he's super competitive. I think he's a hell of a football coach, but he's positive.
Yeah.
And that just didn't play very well in the Boston media. And then we drafted super poorly, man. We got a whole bunch of picks when Parcells left, and then when Curtis Martin left, we had a whole bunch of picks, and we just didn't draft very well, and guys didn't work out. And so Pete ends up getting fired. Now, it worked out, obviously it turns into Bill.
Yeah.
But just, just loved Pete. Great football coach. But all three of them, it's all the same shit, right? So like the great coaches, it's all the same.
I don't know.
Fundamentals.
I only played with one coach.
Oh shit! You only did. You got yourself.
I know, it's
spoiled,
weird.
Dude. I had 8 coordinators in 14 years.
I had 2.
Yeah, Jesus, you're so spoiled.
I had Billy O and fucking and McDee's.
He was there last night.
Billy O was here last night.
Yeah,
he was fucking awesome.
Dude, I saw Billy O last night. I've only been around him like 2 or 3 times. Friggin' love him.
Billy O was talking about my boy Jack.
Bro, and the craziest thing was I saw him in line for the bathroom, and I was too scared to say anything. I don't think he saw me, but like when I came over this morning and you told me that, oh my God, I almost had a cow. I love Billy O.
He was like, "Where's Jack?" I'm like, "I didn't know he was talking about you." I'm like, "What are you fucking talking about?"
No,
We're gonna go. BC?
Billy was a sweetheart.
We gotta go. I'm a BC fan now, baby. Let's go, Billy O.
So yeah, again, I'd only known Billy O from just like watching, from afar, and then we were out there. We were out there for something, and he came back, got to hang out. Dude, he's funny as hell.
Funny.
Yeah, dude, he likes to have a good time. But those 3 coaches, the fundamentals of what allows each of them to be successful are the same things. They preach the same things. You compete, you do what you're supposed to do, you're on time, you just everything. It's all the same. It's just presented so differently. Parcells is all Jersey. Yeah, he was funny as hell if he wasn't talking to you. You know what I mean? Like he had some good material, but you just didn't want him talking to you. Pete was positive. He was great to be around. He was fun. Like it was a fun atmosphere, even though it was very competitive. And then Bill's Bill, and where it's so friggin' businesslike. Obviously, works.
Yeah.
But it's not fun in games. Mm-hmm. No, I mean it's all business all the time. Where with Pete, like you could come in and like tell a joke or 2 with him, chit chat a little bit, talk to family or whatever, all this kind of stuff. Or that doesn't fly with Belichick.
Yeah.
At least in my experience.
Unless you're a defensive player.
Oh well, there you go. Right there. Yeah. Then you
he loved the defense.